Hey guys, welcome back to the Mountain Knights. My name is Shahid. Often you would have come across people making use of training masks for the purpose of training themselves for mountaineering, that is high altitude. Now, I as a mountaineering instructor and a mountaineer remain quite unconvinced with the benefit people claim that training masks give. Because in order to train yourself for the mountaineering, you got to train yourself broadly for three main purposes. That is your physical stamina, endurance, your technical abilities, and your ability to acclimatize. Now, in order to acclimatize, you got to subject your body to low atmospheric pressure, less number of oxygen molecules. Now, training masks as such cannot simulate such conditions for you. So, the use of training masks for the purpose of mountaineering becomes quite questionable. Now, in order to discuss more about this, I shall be joined with my friend Jerry Botton, who is a skier, ski mountaineer, and an alpinist. Hi Jerry, welcome back to the Mountain Knights.
Hi Shahid, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Always our pleasure.
Yeah.
So Jerry, you must be aware of training masks. A lot of people have been using masks while training themselves, while going to the gym, maybe training themselves for running purposes. And many people have been training themselves for high altitude for the purpose of mountaineering while using training masks. So they put that mask on and they do their physical activity. So what do you think about this particular way of training? How helpful it is, and what are the pros and cons in your understanding of using this training masks? Because as far as my understanding is concerned, the simple logic is when you put that mask on, when you're in the sea level,
Yeah.
that is in the low altitude, the amount of air that is present inside your mask will have the same amount of oxygen molecule which are present in that altitude. Whereas in the high altitude, the situation is different. The same amount of air present inside your mask inside the low altitude will have less amount of oxygen molecules at high altitude. Now that makes a difference. So the idea, the whole point of training is to get acclimatized in that high altitude where the oxygen molecule will be less. But in the low altitude, irrespective of using that mask, the oxygen molecules are not changing. In fact, the oxygen molecules will be more in the low altitude, whether you put that mask on or you don't put that mask. The only thing that will happen by putting that mask on your face is it will restrict the flow of air in and out your body, right? So this is what I understand, and according to me, it is not very beneficial. The only way to train yourself for high altitude is to be at high altitude frequently. Even if the individual is not living at hills, high hills,
Hmm.
he must be exposing his body to that altitude where the oxygen level is less, right?
Yeah.
So I would like you to add upon this. Please proceed ahead.
Yeah. I think we both are in agreement here because you've covered most of the points very well. Uh, I think most people are not even aware how these things work. So they've seen someone, some athlete or some brand ambassador using one of these products, and they think it's cool. And maybe they think they look like Bane from the Dark Knight franchise. And actually, it doesn't even look cool. You look stupid, and you especially look stupid if you don't know how something works and you still use it.
Yeah.
Now, it's some people who have climbed Everest, have used this training method. They might be offended, but it begs for the question to be asked. If you say something works for you, you have to quantify it. How do you claim that it worked for you? you know, give me some numbers or give me some facts. The fact of the matter is, according to my understanding and according to how we understand medical science, you know, based on that evidence, on that information, I don't see how this works. Now, we are not doctors, so I'll try to keep it as simple as possible and try to explain this in broad terms. So, what's the difference between sea level and altitude? It's the one is obviously the number of oxygen molecules. The percentage of oxygen in a given volume of air is the same, 21%, 21%. But the number of molecules, is a lot less at altitude. And as you, for example, at Everest Base Camp, uh, the air is, 50% rare. So it's the partial pressure of oxygen reduces by 50%. So one thing is number of molecules. Second thing is the partial pressure.
Right.
The whole idea of training towards an expedition is one, to build endurance, and two is to be better equipped to acclimate or acclimatize at altitude. Now, when you're actually living at altitude, what happens is that there is something known as a process known as erythropoiesis. What this does is your kidneys and your liver, to an extent, it synthesizes a hormone called erythropoietin. And this erythropoietin is basically stimulating your body produce more red blood cells. Red blood cells are these carriers of oxygen from lungs to different parts of the body.
Right.
An altitude mask is simply not equipped to do this. This happens internally by spending time at altitude. It's like a body's fighting mechanism. It is sensing that, there is a risk to my internal organs. I'm not getting enough oxygen. The different organs are not getting enough oxygen. So I have to synthesize this hormone. It is as simple as that. And this does not happen by spending 2 hours in the gym on a treadmill, running with the stupid altitude mask on. And it just doesn't work. It is not, enabling you to get acclimatized at altitude.
Right.
Now, the counter argument could be that, okay, what about if someone spends enough time in an altitude tent? Because along these companies which market these altitude masks are also marketing these high altitude tents. Uh, you can rent these, you can buy these. Again, it does not work because you have to be in that zone 24/7. You cannot sleep in the tent for 5 hours and then go to work for 8 hours, go to the gym for 2 hours, and then come back to the tent. It just doesn't work like that. So, based on these facts, I don't think it works, and there's no point arguing about it because it's sometimes it's very hard to convince people. But based on how your physiology, how your body works, and how things work in general, in
Right.
order to be able to successfully climb a very high mountain, a 6, 7, 8,000 meter mountain, you have to acclimatize. And there is no shortcut for acclimatization. You have to spend time at altitude. So that's my understanding.
Yeah. Ultimately, you have to be in condition where the oxygen molecules, I specify the term oxygen molecules, are less.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
in the low altitude, even with the mask on, the unit volume of air will have the amount of oxygen molecules that are present around you. So it's making no difference.
exactly. The this mechanism that I told you about, the erythropoiesis, it only gets activated when your system detects that the blood oxygen tension is
Is
lower than usual.
reducing. Yeah.
So as you're climbing, your blood oxygen tension goes lower. So
Yeah.
now the kidneys and to an extent liver, about 10% of erythropoietin is synthesized by the liver also.
Yeah.
So when your internals, your kidneys, they sense that the blood oxygen tension is decreasing, it
Yeah.
gets into a hyperdrive and starts generating these hormones. And
Right.
an altitude mask simply cannot simulate all of this. It cannot simulate a lower partial pressure at altitude. It cannot simulate a lower blood oxygen tension. It's just not equipped to do it. It's just a gimmicky accessory. People
Yeah.
think they look cool, and actually it's not even cool.
And in fact, while using that mask, you are accumulating more amount of carbon dioxide inside your
Exactly.
mask,
Yeah.
right?
So apart from being hypoxic, which itself is toxic enough, you are restricting the expulsion of carbon dioxide. So one, reduced oxygen. Two, you're breathing back poison. I'm not sure how it benefits you. Maybe if these people who claim it helped them, maybe if they trained without the mask, maybe they could have performed better during that expedition. Maybe
That's
instead
true.
of 60 days, they could have climbed it in 45 days.
Yeah,
Who knows?
that's true. All right, Jerry, that clears a lot of things for our viewers. I'm quite hopeful. And
Yeah.
we'll be back with more such videos and we'll be talking about more such activities happening around.
Yeah.
See you next
Always a
time. Till
pleasure.
then, take care. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Shahid. Thanks for having me.
Alright guys, I hope you got something to understand from this video, and it clarifies your understanding about the use of training mask for high altitude. If you like such videos, please like, share and subscribe. We will be back with more such videos. Till then, take care. Jai Hind.